Have you ever wondered why someone falls in love with you? In this life and perhaps lifetimes before. It may feel like a mystery, a whisper from the universe, a collision of stars destined to meet. But the truth, as revealed through the profound lens of Carl Jung's psychology, is even more magical. Love is not a random spark. Love is a mirror, a journey, a revelation of the soul seeking its own reflection in another. In this video, we dive deep past the superficial tides of charm and chemistry into the hidden ocean of the psyche. We explore how the soul recognizes itself through others and why love is the most transformative force we will ever know. Most people think love is an accident, a spark that randomly ignites when two people cross paths. But Jung teaches us otherwise. He reveals that love is not random. It is a soul-to-soul conversation, often whispered beneath our awareness. It is shaped by the unconscious, sculpted by archetypes, and inspired by desires we often don't understand. So why do people fall in love with you? Because you awaken something in them, a forgotten longing, a hidden part of themselves they crave to see, to feel, to reclaim. Love isn't about finding someone who completes you. It's about finding someone who reflects you back to yourself in the most breathtaking, sometimes painful, but always sacred way. Carl Jung's concept of projection helps us understand how love can seem so sudden, so intense. Projection happens when we unconsciously assign our own hidden feelings, dreams, fears, or longings onto another. We aren't just falling in love with who they are. We're falling in love with what they awaken within us. That mysterious attraction, it might not be about them. It might be your own soul reaching for something it hasn't yet lived. You might see someone and feel an instant connection, not because they're perfect, but because they carry a piece of your inner world. You project onto them your need for adventure, tenderness, creativity, or even healing. And they may fall in love with you because you carry their own lost dreams, their forgotten power, their unseen potential. But here's the key. Projection, left unconscious, creates illusion. It builds castles of expectation in the sky. And when those projections fade, as they must, we may feel disillusioned. The deeper invitation is to awaken, to look beyond the dream and meet the real person, to love not just the image but the truth, and in doing so to love ourselves more deeply too. Jung taught that deep within the psyche there are archetypes, universal patterns and images that influence the way we relate, love and live. Among them, the Anima and Animus are especially powerful. The Anima is the feminine image within the male psyche. The Animus is the masculine image within the female psyche. These inner figures are shaped by our earliest experiences, especially with our parents, and they guide us, often unconsciously, toward partners who resemble them, either in spirit or in struggle. You may fall in love with someone because they remind your soul of your father's strength or your mother's warmth, or perhaps because they reflect qualities you've yet to integrate within yourself. These archetypes are not limitations. They are invitations to explore, to awaken, to heal the wounds of the past through the mirror of love in the present. When someone falls in love with you, they may not even realize why. But you may be the embodiment of their inner ideal, a living reflection of a dream they didn't know they were carrying. Falling in love can feel like floating in a dream. But at some point, every dreamer must wake. The idealized image fades. The real person stands before us. This is when true love begins, not when we are intoxicated by fantasy, but when we choose to love the flawed, the vulnerable, the beautifully human truth of another. This shift can be painful, but it's also liberating, because when you are seen and still loved, not for your mask but your essence, something divine occurs. Healing begins. Intimacy deepens. Transformation awakens. So let love dream, but let it wake too. For real love lives not in illusion, but in the light of consciousness. To Jung, love is not only an emotion, it is a sacred teacher on the path of individuation. It reveals to us the places we have forgotten, abandoned, or disowned within ourselves. Every relationship is a mirror, every lover a reflection of who we are and who we are becoming. They show us our light, they show us our shadow, they call us into growth, into truth, into wholeness. Even heartbreak has meaning. It carves space in us for deeper love to bloom. So when someone falls in love with you, it may be because you mirror a part of themselves they long to reclaim. And you too are called to face your inner world with courage, humility, and grace. Have you ever met someone at just the right moment? Carl Jung called this kind of event synchronicity, a meaningful coincidence with no logical explanation, yet carrying a sense of divine timing. You're not imagining it. Sometimes the universe really does conspire to bring people together. You might pass someone on a street corner, get seated beside them on a plane, receive a message that seems too perfect to be accidental. Synchronicity is the soul's way of guiding you. When people fall in love with you through these moments, it's not chance, it's destiny. A reminder that love is not always something we chase. Sometimes it finds us when we're ready. Self-awareness is the light that transforms projection into presence fantasy, into authenticity, and attraction into conscious connection. When you begin to notice your patterns, who you're drawn to, what qualities you chase, what wounds you seek to soothe, you reclaim your power. And when others fall in love with you, they may be sensing that power too. The power of someone who has met themselves, who is no longer driven by unconscious needs but guided by soul alignment. This kind of love is magnetic. It doesn't demand, it doesn't manipulate, it simply radiates, and others are drawn to it like moths to a sacred flame. So ask yourself, what parts of you are attracting love? Is it the healed you or the hurting you? Is it your truth or your mask? Because when you begin to love from awareness, everything changes. Love is not here to complete us. It is here to awaken us. And when people fall in love with you, it may be because, consciously or not, you are awakening something within them. A vision of their soul, a spark of forgotten joy, a mirror of divine potential. Let love not only be a feeling, let it be a practice, a devotion, a journey back to the center of who you are. So the next time you wonder why someone loves you, know this: they may see in you the light they forgot in themselves. They may feel in your presence the safety their soul longed for. They may recognize you, not from this life but from others. Because love, as Jung teaches, is not merely an emotion, it is a sacred remembering. And now, as we reach the close of this journey, take a breath. Let the truths you've heard settle into the soul, because you are not just someone to be loved, you are a revelation waiting to be seen. You are not here by accident, and love has never been a random thing. It is the universe in motion, a cosmic reflection, a whisper of the divine saying, you are worthy, you are radiant, you are whole. So reflect, heal, grow. And when love comes again, as it surely will, you will meet it not as a seeker, but as a soul who knows their own power. If this message resonated with your spirit, if something stirred within your heart today, let us know by giving this video a like. Subscribe for more soulful insights and Jungian reflections. And most importantly, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because love grows when it is understood, and souls awaken when they are reminded of who they truly are. Until next time, stay curious, stay conscious, and stay connected to the deeper currents of your beautiful becoming.